Morning, everyone. I thought I would do something a little bit different today. It's not political and it's nothing sad or horrible. It's more of a Christmas story for me, on connections, and you can call it fate, you can call it coincidence, or you can just call it the small miracle if you wanted to. Or maybe it will just happen no matter what. But the connections we have to other people are important, and I thought I'd share this one story from my childhood. When I was around, I guess about 11 or 12, I rode my bicycle everywhere, all over town, city. It just always. But one place that I was drawn to, which sounds strange, but if you know me and you know how social workery I am, and why I went into this field, is I was really drawn to the retirement home. At that point, it was called a nursing home, one of the nursing homes that was close enough for me to ride my bike to. So just about every day, after school, especially, I would head to the nursing home, retirement home. And there were a lot of people there and a lot of intensive cases that need a lot of care. But I would go and visit room to room, each time. I did that for about maybe a month. And then I was drawn to this one person. And I didn't know why I was drawn to her, but she was very sweet, very nice, and always so nurturing. She always had candy for me. She also would read the daily Bible verse for me at that age. But it was just something about her, and I connected with her and did not miss hardly a day going to see her. Toward the end, she was just in bed. But when I met her, she was still getting around, especially in a wheelchair. But just this strange connection to her. So I didn't know why that connection was. And I have a connection with a lot of people when I meet them, just that I know that I'm somehow connected to them in some way. So maybe a year went by me doing this. And then one morning, mother asked me, who are you going to see at the nursing home? I mean, she knew I visited a lot of people, but I've been talking about this one lady that was really special to me. And I said, her name is Maddie White. And mother had this look of kind of shock on her face and stated, Is it her name Maddie White? And she said, I wonder if that's the same one. And I didn't know what she was talking about. So the next time I went, mother went with me and discovered it was the same one. Um, this was actually who mother called, and I ended up calling Aunt Maddie White. Um, my mother's mother, my grandmother, was pretty much abandoned when she was a baby. Her mother had passed away, her father remarried, and she was kind of a second child in that relationship, not really, I guess she pretty much felt unwanted for a while. But she ended up staying with these two ladies, Maddie White, and there was another lady that lived there too. So she was kind of raised by two mothers. And this was my mother's grandmother. And Maddie White was the one that took care of my grandmother growing up all the way until she was married, along with some help from the community and friends, of course. They lived out in the country. But she lived with Maddie White, and Maddie White did not know who I was. I didn't know who she was. And my mother was just filled with joy. And from that point on, we kept going to see Maddie White together, my Aunt Maddie White. So we were there to celebrate her 100th birthday, her 101st birthday, and I believe she died after her 102nd birthday. But she was always joyful, always so sweet. There was definitely a personal connection from a very young age for me. And it was just wild that this turned out to be the woman that helped raise my grandmother. So I just thought I'd share that today because you never know when you pass somebody on the street and you feel that connection that maybe it's more than just a connection. Maybe it's a true family connection, or maybe it's somebody that was caring to a relative, or it could be anything, or maybe it's just a friend that you need to know. So never ignore that feeling of feeling a connection with someone, as a friend, as a relative, family. So I just wanted to share that today. Just a morning story. I'm getting older. I want to share some of the stories from myself growing up. So anyway, I just wanted to share that one. And Aunt Maddie White still lives in my heart. I do miss the hard candy she used to give out though. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm actually recording this the day before, so it's still Tuesday for me, but good Wednesday morning. I'll post this in the morning. Love you all and hoping that you all have a wonderful day ahead. Thanks. And I gotta figure out how to cut it off.